and my Discord know about it. What is up, YouTube?
What's going on, everyone?
I don't know if you keep up with politics at all, but I always think like I should start off with good night, but like four people would understand the joke. You mean anything?
I don't, but
Oh, okay.
fuck politicians. Yeah.
The dude that just had a stroke that is still probably going to win the Pennsylvania Senate started off his debate with "Hello, good night, everyone," because he had a fucking stroke 6 months ago. Um, but if you say
Welcome.
anything about it, you're ableist.
I mean, shouldn't he just not be elected then?
You would
If he had a
think
stroke again?
there's a phrase that sounds like a joke and it holds very true. Um, it doesn't matter who you vote blue. um, and yeah, that's about it.
Fuck
All
both
right,
sides, honestly.
got Mustafa and Cygnus Jen in here already. What is up, guys?
Yeah, what's up?
All right, let's see. Pan this out a
Yeah,
little.
I should probably pull up the chat.
Yeah, like I said, if you pull up the stream, just
Yeah, I'll mute it.
mute it. Yeah. All right. So, how's the DQ3 event treating you?
Oh, it's going good.
Yeah. What did you do? Are you still spending, or are you still a big old whale, or taking it easy now? Light spender. I forget what your story is.
I would say light spending for now. Yeah.
Okay, light spending in this game is still kind of a whale, but it's it's not like other games where it's like, oh, I spent like 20 or 40
Wow.
bucks and I got so much value. It's like,
I
oh,
spent some, for the update, the 3.0, and now I'm just like
it's like
here and there until the anniversary.
yeah, it's like, oh,
So
I only bought 2 gem pack Fs. I'm not really spending that much, you know.
yeah.
It's only $160 worth of gems.
What does me in is those special packs.
Hmm.
Like have to have those.
Yeah, been there.
I just,
Yeah, I'm minimizing my paid gems like a lot, but the one that was like 3480, I think, the two orbs ones, I can't pass up those cheap orb mans. I want to rank up my damn box.
those what? Two orbs for 3,500
Yeah, it
gems?
was like a hair
I mean,
under 35. You know those stupid
I
numbers
mean,
they
just
use, and
just that alone, and it had so much other good stuff in it too.
yeah, yeah, I can't. I think there was 100,000 in there as well. Um, I'll
There
tell
was gold.
the gold event had me feeling good for a minute, and now it's back to like I'm going to be waiting for my gold daily every day.
I miss the gold event because I was at like 700, 800K when it started. I probably spent like 600K during it, and I came out of the event with 700K. And
Mm.
since like the blossoms come out and just upgrading to new units, I'm down to like 370K.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
I'm missing the gold event.
what's up, Game Vision? Your old news. I got Hutch tonight. Get the fuck out of here. Um,
Handsome bastard and Chase. Oh God,
oh my, oh my
he
God.
got you.
Game Vision is the one that got away, and you're the rebound. Or, or
I got away. What do you mean
oh
he got
wait, no,
away?
you joined Kage before Game Vision came along, right?
Yeah. No, I'm the OG.
Okay. You got yeah. Okay, so you're old news now. That's it. Gotcha.
Well, I think I'm more of
Or are you the rebound for Pack Demon? We're gonna put a game
no.
reference on this one way or
I'm
another.
more of
So
the daily reminder that Nibs was a mistake.
I went no. Game Vision is the rebound for you. And yeah, did I say it that way before? Anyway, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, he's the rebound.
Um. Anyway, do you really want to be
I'm
telling
the
people that you're a Giants fan online? I mean, I thought I was doing you a favor panning out your hoodie, or cutting
here's the
out.
thing about me that you got to understand, and it's probably why I'm kind of a whale. I don't care what people think about me for the most part. So show it. I'm a SF Giants fan. you know, from the Bay Area, California. Love baseball.
Mm,
Played it for a long time.
yeah. I played Little League, and I was the guy that nobody wanted to play catch with because you had to go find the ball afterwards. No
Hey, at
coordination.
least you can throw it.
Yeah.
Some some kids in Little League can't catch or, with the two hands like
I
ah,
mean, I
dude.
wasn't the worst, but yeah, I was pretty bad. Um, anyway, yeah. So did you say you took a break before a gold event or something like that, or you said you didn't play it much?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh, sorry, I got confused by what you were saying. But anyway,
No, I'm just missing it
oh, okay.
because how
Oh,
much gold
missing.
I spent. I
Yeah,
spent like 600, 700K. I started with 800K. By the end of it, I still had 700K.
yeah. My problem is I kept up some of that extra spending. They're like, all right, I got like 200,000 gold, which is more than I ever have. It's like, I guess I can play with some equipment. Then RTA came out, and I'm sure you had this. I think we were uh, talking about equipment a lot the last week or two in some chats we've all
Yeah,
had together. Dude, I've been re-rolling the shit out of everything, trying to get like 3 or 4 more agility, because
I
it's
just
important.
got. I just got. I think we were talking about it. The Zenlong clause. I had
Yep.
8% and 6% on his Aurora Breath with 16 agility,
Mm-hmm.
and I just got -1% on the damage, so it was like 7 and 6,
Mm-hmm.
but it was an S tier 21 agility. I was like, I'm taking the 5 more agility
Yeah.
for 1% less damage.
Mm.
I think about it a little more if it was 2%, but since it was just 1%, I was like, I'm gonna take 5 more agility.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, you've got a is your Zenlon 1 star, or did you fully awaken him? You're
Am
just one heart,
gonna be
right?
able to one star it whenever I get the fragments,
Right. Okay.
and I'm hoping I'm gonna get one more through tickets between now and the end, and
Good
I'm
luck
going
with
to
that,
go.
dude.
I'm at least gonna pity it. Like
I'll tell you
however,
this.
however long it takes me to pity it, I'm gonna get that. So I'm aiming for Awaken 3, most likely Awaken 2.
Yeah, I've decided to go full retard. I'm spending my gems trying to get a fucking copy of Zenlon,
Oh
and
no.
that thing just like don't. I think you know better. Like just I'll probably get another copy with tact points. I've done like 10 multis now, and I got one Elysian bird, and obviously no fucking Zenlon.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of the scout rates in this
Yeah.
game.
I just did a 10 pull today and I got another bird.
Yeah, I've
I
gotten
think
one in 10 multis, and
But I
then
mean, I haven't done any paid pulls besides the paid banner on
yeah,
him.
the
Yeah.
paid pull I did, the one time paid, I got Killing Machine, and that's the only thing that I've gotten. Like, oh, Fourth Awaken on Killing Machine, great. I mean, I can't even
I
get one of the
got
new. Like, I've had shit luck.
I got two S's and they weren't him.
Yeah,
But I got the bird and then I got another bird through tickets and another bird
yeah.
through
Like,
tickets.
I'm seeing so
So
many people at least get Forest Dragon and Dimension Dragon. It's like, yeah, I've gotten fuck all. So just really hard
I
not to
mean,
throw my phone through Windows and just. Well, I'm not that kind of person. It's been hard not to uninstall because I'm kind of getting tired of this. Like literally every banner. Because I don't know how you play, man. I don't know if you're an emotional child like me, but uh, you're gonna feel like it's gonna suck to miss every single unit. There's not a unit coming in the like everything that we know. There's nothing that you're not gonna be upset about not having
yeah,
your
that
box.
that spooky Valencia unit looks stupid.
Yeah,
Not Valencia, Veronica. Like that
I'm gonna do
thing.
the same thing every time too, dude. Don't worry. Yeah, guys, shut the fuck up if we say Valencia, okay? You know we're talking about Veronica.
Yeah, of course you know.
Dude, I've been checking Twitter, the JP Twitter. There's no point in checking the global side. Um, for updates, why the fuck aren't they blossoming spooky Dora and Gray? I gotta know. Every time I'm like, all right, now they're gonna announce their blossom, right? Maybe there's like a part two
They
to their
don't
Halloween.
do things. They don't make sense for global. I think that's the best to describe it
Mhm.
is things that would make sense to do for global, they just don't do it.
Oh yeah, no. No, you got to keep your expectations so low because they're going to look. A lot of people can have come around to my. It sounds like I'm whining, but honestly, the only reasonable conclusion I can come to is that they don't like their Western player base. I think they hate us. I mean, games like this have always made sure to prioritize their Japanese audience, but generally their Japanese audience feels that because they get shit first. Um, you know,
Yeah, they do. I
so
mean, they go through all the same growing pains, that we do.
yeah,
So
but they don't have to wait for the shiny new things, and I think they're a lot more comfortable with predatory gotcha bullshit over there. It's like almost a point of pride. Like, yeah, I got like, it's not like it is over here where you don't talk to people about how much money you spend on your stupid mobile
I think
game.
it's because how JP is in just Asian countries in general. They work a lot. The most I would say the people that play these games are gotcha, predatory, whatever. They're either
You think they're salary
gamers who
men?
are just gonna play, but the whales. I mean, those whales probably they have like a tech job. They have a job where they make a ton of money.
Yeah.
And they're just able to spend.
Those I think what you're saying is like my excuse as a truck driver. Like this is what I play all day because I'm on the road, I'm at work, etc. I don't have time to sit in front of
I
a
mean, yeah,
console.
I'm on the road 6 to 8 hours a day.
Oh right, yeah.
So
Um, do you discuss your job? You don't have to give details, but like, do you tell people what you do?
oh yeah, I mean it's kind of in
He's Seth
my
Rogen.
YouTube now.
He's Pineapple Express. That's what he does. That's his 9 to 5. I just like I
No,
like explaining it that way. I think that's also nobody knows what a process server is, so I just did you a
a lot
favor.
of people like when I serve them or when they ask about my job, like I'm at parties or whatever, you know, I have to dumb it down for them. I say, "Have you ever seen Pineapple Express?" Because I'll say, "Yeah, I'm a process server. I deliver legal documents for the courts," and sometimes they get it. Sometimes they go, "Oh, like Pineapple Express," or they don't get it, and I have to say, "Have you seen the movie Pineapple Express?" And they just
Yeah,
don't get it.
it
So
literally the first thing I jumped to.
I've
I'm like, oh, so
explained
you're
it.
Pineapple. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've explained it
For
as
some
like, so
reason, I
you know,
thought it was
man.
original too. I'm laughing at myself for thinking that you haven't heard that every other day for whenever you started doing that.
I hear it a lot.
Yeah.
But how I explain it is, the mailman.
Mm.
Well, I'm the legal mailman, and people kind of get it when I say that.
You were taking all the fun out of it. I would go with shooting up drug lords. Yeah, very
No,
original. I know. I know. He's heard these
no,
jokes so many times.
man.
Hello from Japan. What's up? Oh, we got somebody that probably plays the good version of the game. Taijin's in here. We got Jacob. All right. Um, okay. I don't remember what we were talking about. We were talking about re-rolling equipment and Zenlon and the fact that I'm going to be stupid and go for uh, go for
I mean,
Zenlon.
Zenlon is like one of those units like go stupid for you're gonna it's gonna be worth it. Like when I did Grey Gnarl, because I had him Awaken 1,
Mm.
and I didn't even know how good he was gonna be when his banner came out. And I was just like, Awaken 1, he's doing a shit ton of damage.
I was
Plus the
shocked
Zap
facing him
Force.
in arena. Yeah, Greynar was doing
Yeah.
stupid damage when he came out.
And the Zap Force is really like for Purvis, even for Adult Terry, for Jade, for all these like really good units like Baron
Mhm.
and Malroth even now, like because his
Dude,
damage is brought up a bit, his
nobody
spell
cared
damage.
about Zenla or sorry Melroth for a long time, and then like
Yeah.
he's good in the Blossom doors, and then his Blossom is like well the Blossom made him better, but I don't use Withering Glint that like Destroyer's Bellow is fucking amazing. Why was I not using this guy for a long time?
Yeah, no, he still has a lot, it's just he's not like a Sorrow or a Knock that can just stomp a unit, but he definitely does good damage. But
Yeah,
when I saw Graynarl and I was like, his Awaken 3 makes him do like 15% more damage. And on the third turn, it's like a shit ton more damage.
mm-hmm.
And then Awaken 5, Dragon Scale, his agility, you can get him up to like 550 agility.
Mm-hmm.
Even that's, and that's with his Claw.
Yeah.
Like, I think my Claw built for damage with one of the cloaks, he's like 545.
No,
That's really high.
you have more experience than here than I do. Like I would imagine that putting agility on dragons is a lot easier than putting it on physical units because you're only
It
missing
is.
potencies instead of missing potency and attack boosts. Right? Is it like I
I
don't
have
feel like
no.
breath users are losing as much damage as like putting claws on my sorrow instead of his sword.
Well, you can build Grey Gnarl for. I mean, if you have max like I do,
Mm.
because he has like 1400 HP,
Mm-hmm.
max like no HP on him at all.
Oh, okay.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like 13 or 1400. So I mean, I could slap the Beastmaster's claw on him, and he's got like 620 agility.
Okay, yeah, he's just gonna outspeed damn near anything.
Yeah,
Although,
which is really good because I think what also makes Granel like just a kind of a powerhouse is that Frizz 4 range breath.
yeah, people
It can,
forget that that's there too. I forget
yeah,
about it.
yeah, it does a lot of damage too. And turn 3, watch out.
Yeah.
Turn 3, Granel becomes like you're just dying.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if he gets the zap resistance down.
Mm-hmm.
That because if you get like the zap resistance down, like especially in PvE, this is why he's so good
Mm-hmm.
in PvE fights. He can get the zap resistance down. Turn 3, like it'll just chunk. It just chunks.
Yeah.
So that was a unit where I was just like, this is kind of a future-proof unit. He's only 50 weight. He's a dragon with high agility, high HP. I'm like, I need to go for him, and it did. So
So yours is already really strong, obviously. But have you been pairing him up with Zenlon and then going like in arena, you're like, huh, he wasn't one shotting that dude last time. Like for the last couple months, like he was not one shotting this enemy. These 5 heart sorrows or whatever. I don't know if he one shots 5 heart sorrow, but have you noticed like shit? He's doing more damage because I don't know what leader skill you ran him under before, but now with Zenlon, he should have.
I would do him or Great Drag. Like I think isn't Granol's 20% zap breath, right?
Well, he
I
gets
think it.
Zap Force, but I'm talking about Zenlon's
Yeah, the leader. I
yeah, his
think I
leader breath
think
and then his
Granol's
first
leader
awaken
is
perk. It should end up being essentially a 40% leader skill instead of everything else being 20, maybe 25.
Oh yeah, it's 40% if he's awakened 1.
Mm-hmm.
If you have him awaken 3 on turn 3, it's like 60%. It's stupid.
Oh, for Shenlon or Zenlon.
No, for Greynar.
Oh, okay. So I don't even think about turn 3 when I'm looking like at PvP and stuff like that. But um, yeah, no, yeah, I, dude, I don't even have one Greynar. Also, uh, what's up, Jose?
You didn't
Um,
get him on 48.
no, dude, I spent 12,000 gems on the 48s, and I got lucky with only that spent. No, I wasn't. That's why I don't know, dude. I want Zenlon so fucking bad, but this game has way more in value banners than you can ever save for. Like if you save every single gem you have only for value banners, you'd only be able to do most of them. Um,
Yeah, most of
so
them, yeah.
I'm tired of being caught with my pants down. But that said, I fucking God, I want Zenlon. I'm getting really frustrated with the game. I always am, but the only I don't know, man. I'm kind of almost looking for an excuse because if they keep fucking over global, I can't handle it, man.
What do you mean, like in terms of like the 50 scout banner that we got, or
Dude,
just
that was such small potatoes. I can't believe that that is what woke people up. All right, people. I've been saying the same things. The thing that
that's
people are
mostly
saying
because
now. I was saying
Kage
before it was
complained
cool.
about it, though, I think.
What's
And
that?
people, it's because Kage complained about it, and a lot of people will jump on what Kage is complaining about. He's good
I've
at that.
I've noticed that. Yeah. No, I was saying this stuff before it was cool. And it blows my mind when these people are like, "Oh my god, Square just started doing this." I'm like, "No, you fucking dipshits! They've been doing this since day one." Like, oh, it's infuriating.
Any company that is set out to make money, they're always doing something.
Yeah.
It's just it doesn't matter what they're selling.
Mhm.
They're doing it.
Yeah. Well, the thing, they I've been using this analogy a lot lately, but they keep thinking that if they make things shitty enough, that you'll have to spend. They think they're about to push you off the cliff, and it's like, you can just walk away. That's
They
what
don't
people
do it
did.
the other way. No one does it the other way.
Yeah. Luckily,
It's
luckily, the people that are still playing are so fucking addicted. It doesn't really matter. I mean, Square Enix could come over and fuck their mom, and they're not gonna do anything. Like,
well, I mean,
oh,
when,
Malcolm, would you like a rubber? Because it would
poor
obviously Malcolm. Malcolm is Square Enix.
dude. Malcolm though, like when he's on stream and everything, I'm like, this dude is the nicest guy. Like he's probably the nicest guy in the world.
Oh
You
yeah,
just kind of get that vibe from him.
yeah.
Sucks for him because I think at least what I get the sense of like when he's talking and like when he's reading questions or it kind of sounds like he's feeling for us a little bit. It feels like he knows that we're getting shafted
Mhm.
and he just can't do anything about it.
Yeah, no, he
But
can't do
no,
anything.
so he's got a good job.
I was making fun of how everybody just refers to Malcolm as Square Enix, basically.
Yeah,
But and then I have to explain to people like, this isn't Malcolm's fault. I'm like, we all fucking know that, and we've all said this dozens of times.
that's
Um,
his fault.
I know that Malcolm is, yeah, he has his hands held or tied, really, really hard.
Well, at least I would say from being from this community and being from the Destiny community, there's a lot of communities that will like harass game devs and the community managers and Destiny community has definitely done that.
Mhm.
I'd say people make fun of Malcolm, but no one's been harassing, him or, you
No,
know, threatening him or anything like that. So I will say that. And it's honestly why I stayed when I got kicked from AW because I wanted to quit.
Mhm.
The community kept me here. They all said that they had my back. They all said, they all wanted me to stay, so I stayed.
well, the guild
And
system's the only thing keeping me in lately. That's for sure. I think it's
yeah,
even what brought me back. I can't quite remember. I think I got bored in the truck, but
I was getting bored, and then the guild system came out. I was like, this is great.
yeah.
So
I don't know about Kage's Discord. I feel he comes into mine. I never think to look in Kage's Discord because I'm not even as active in mine anymore. I normally just respond to things. But what was I gonna say? Dude, after GVG is done, like the Discord just dies for like a week or two. It's not dead, but much less. When GVG is
mo-
going on, dude, it's everybody's excited.
people in the Kagai's Discord now, they're always talking usually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm
I
not gonna
mean,
say that it
sometimes
dies
it's about
completely.
drama, and like drama complaining or whatever,
Drama
people
on
going at.
Kage's Discord?
But no, they're always talking about the game.
Mm. Yeah. No, it just it takes a big downturn after GVG is over in mine.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. So you guys got first again. Do you like resetting every month, or do you get tired of that? Kage likes to talk big, but I don't know. His guild has never taken on anybody that tough. That have they?
I understand where he's coming from because I am all about e-
You want
path of
those
least
gems?
resistance. I want the gems,
Yeah.
so I get it.
I don't like being matched
Would I
against
like
whales.
someone to fight my GVG defense? Yes,
Mm.
but I mean, it's been the past two GVGs, three.
Mm.
No one's fought it.
Yeah.
No one's fought it
uh,
besides bots.
is your defense team like all whale stuff, or all Max Awaken rather?
My last team was Sorrow, Jamiris, Diamond Slime, Grey Gnarl
All five?
with Stone Golem.
Oh, okay. 5 hearts though. I mean,
Jamiris is three.
scrub.
Sorrow is three. Grey Gnarl Max.
Okay,
Diamond is three.
but yeah, no. I like getting. We've gotten Masters 1 the last 2 months now, but yeah, I hate being matched up with whales. Um, but I do like being challenged. So when you get like it when we get like guilds or whales that are all guilds that are all whales, there's no chance, and that's not fun. I get it. Um, but I don't know. I just
Yeah,
I'd like to take on your guilds. So I'm like, dude, just stop resetting. Like you'll be there. You'll be outside. I think Kage had such terrible luck. The first did he start
we did.
resetting for the second
We
month or
did.
just the?
We got. I think our very first one that I was in
Mm,
anyway with
yeah,
them. We got Starfall. I think we got the same guild twice,
yeah.
which
I,
I forget the name of theirs, and then we got some other
the
pretty.
first month was Silver 2, I think, which
Yeah,
was, dude, like brand new guilds with like 10 members, and some of them are still S3 do better than that. But when you get, Starfall, then BDS, and then TW or whatever, I don't know what the. Apparently, he got 3 top guilds into qualifiers. Because I think Silver
yeah.
is
We
only 1 win. Yeah. In qualifiers. That's nuts. We've never. Chasers, we're up there too. Like we're well into the top 100, but we've
I
never
I
focused
think
on
I
stamina.
think if we didn't reset, we'd be fine. I think if we didn't reset, that we would get Masters
All right,
one.
this is not
Most.
fighting words. This is not fighting words. Okay, I got the impression looking at the lineup when 13 was taken. You guys on. I think you guys are more focused on stamina than your actual. I think your stamina puts you up with teams that spend more than you guys. I think it puts you into a higher thing, and you guys are more focused on stamina than actual, like by a touch. I think it puts you up in whale status when you guys aren't necessarily whale
Well, we
status.
we have some strong players
Oh
too
yeah,
in the
so does
so.
chasers, but like, 4 or 5 whales doesn't make you still can't compete with a whale guild.
No, the JP Smurf Guild that we faced last GVG or the GVG before that, and we faced them again.
Mm-hmm.
We barely beat them, and I took on their toughest whale, and it was a Max Sorrow, um, Max Purvis, Max Guaranaro, and Awaken for something else I forget.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just thinking, all right, if I'm gonna take this dude on, I have to build like mostly agility and
Mm-hmm.
some HP.
Yeah.
And
Nothing like being surprised that your opponent's defense put on agility gear. Like, oh
he,
fuck, I got a different
he
strategy
built
now.
full agility. Yeah, he built full agility, and I had no chance.
Okay, yeah,
I
because
just
this
there was
map,
nothing I could.
it's hard to turtle on this most recent map.
Yeah, I mean, he killed two of my units. I killed two of his and got his last two down to half.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I was dead.
Well,
There
on
was
a
just
map
nothing I
this
could do.
small, when it's 4 versus 4, I mean,
Yeah,
if you get the first attack, the way I look at it is you turn it into a 4 versus 2, and yeah, even with a counter attack, you can take down 1 or 2 of their units, sure, but like, yeah, they took out half your team before you acted. You're done. So
yeah. I was even thinking of bringing King Godwin, to be honest, to maybe get a curse off. Just send him in there, have him die or whatever. But
the wording on his ability confused me. It's just a normal curse that he can apply when he dies.
is
Just to the
there a
normal
difference?
curse status.
Yeah, it's
I
just
thought it was
curse.
something different for some reason. I probably read a translation of it, and I probably never read the English version.
It's like I don't know how far it extends. It might be like a frigid wave kind of thing,
That's what I
but it's
imagine.
definitely two or three tiles. I think like
Yeah.
radius,
Now I just got to look
like
at it
all
because
all around them.
I don't believe anything you say. That's sarcasm. Sorry about. Anyway,
So
no, I just remember being
don't
confused with it.
believe most things I say. I mean, I may be a whale, but I
Uh,
tell you what, if Drop had my account, I think he'd be unstoppable.
oh, that's for sure. I can't believe how well he did the first few days of RTA. Um, it really makes me wish I had that forest dragon. Um,
He might be my next unit that I fully blossom. I have a couple things into him right now.
mm,
And I finally got, did Zoma. So I'm looking at all my units, and I think next is going to be him because who's coming out next? Do we know? Because we saw it on the roadmap that they're bringing more, but we don't know who it is yet, right?
Oh yeah, let's bring this up. Oh, by the way, I'm looking. I might as well do it right here.
He's weak to Frizz though. That's the only thing.
Mm,
Being weak to Frizz is probably one of the worst things right now, and to Zap.
um, can you read that? Because I gotta let my dog in. If you can read it, go ahead and tell people what that does.
I and wait, maybe on my phone. King Godwin deals moderate martial damage to one enemy, generates a 300 damage orange barrier space that targets enemies and allies for 2 turns.
Who's that, Cornelius? You gonna hang out?
That doesn't have this curse thing there though.
Yeah. Okay. So
Oh, it's a
yeah.
100% hit rate at least.
Oh, when attacked by an enemy. Okay. So he has a counter. That's
Yeah,
his
that's
counter
his
attack.
counter.
Okay.
Yeah, no. When he dies, it's just normal curse.
Okay. Didn't realize he had a counter attack. 100%
It's
chance for 4 turns
it's like
curse.
a paralysis field. I think it'd be a lot better if it like had like a very small chance to stun or paralyze.
Yeah, that would be significantly better.
Like even if it was just 10 or 15%,
But
that would definitely give him more lethality. It's like, oh, maybe I don't want to attack him. What if and that's like when you're thinking GVG and RTA. You know, all the statuses effects matter. I mean, I try not to care about the status effects. I just try to go in and smash. That's what I want to do, especially as a whale.
mm,
But if that little counter attack had a like someone walked into the field, or was there at the end of the turn or something, if it had like a 10-15% chance, maybe you don't attack him, you know?
mm. Uh, by the way, good time. They only just put the roadmap on Twitter.
Yeah, it
This.
was yesterday.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about this roadmap? Because I find it interesting, and also I'm seeing a lot of people that are talking
They
about
didn't
this are stupid and don't know what they're saying.
It's not a lot of information, to be honest. I
No,
mean,
and it's also well. Here's
I
the
don't
thing.
I don't really I don't really look into the like how I play this game. I get all my information from,
Me.
Kage's Discord and YouTubers. So like, I'm not going to JP sites, I don't have the time for it. But I just look at like more talent blossoms. They could have told us one maybe.
Oh, it's that's White King and Hellion, and 2 are lower ranks, which might be okay. I don't recall which
White
ones.
King?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Let's see.
Is what's the attack?
I actually don't remember what they're doing. They don't give him any more survivability. They just give him agility, so nobody gives a shit. He also
They didn't give him HP?
no, dude. They didn't give him. Fuck, that's right. He doesn't.
Yeah, he needs
He's the
like
one thing
400.
that doesn't work on the database right now. Can I
I think the
find?
max weight is like what, 690 HP or something like that. He needs a lot more
They give
HP.
him a King Godwin style uh, uh, perk when he dies, but it's for reducing movement.
Dragon. Okay.
Yeah, so
Someone in the
he's
chat said it's like the 5 tile, like Dragon Lord Zam. So he's saying it's whoosh.
yeah. Yeah, no, he's just going to reduce movement and when he dies, and probably that large crystal formation. Trying to.
Reduce movement when he dies. I mean, people can kill him from 3 or 4 range. Though is it even going to matter with
Uh,
how low his HP is?
yeah, I fucking doubt it, dude. And 50 points is a lot to reduce movement. If you're playing a mode that doesn't punish the hell out of you, for dying, most of them do. I was looking for pictures. Somebody must have put this up on the Discord. Because yeah,
Large one.
there's like one thing that isn't working on the database, and it happens to be White King every time I look.
No worries.
Mm.
So, do you know anything about this Thank You Festival and whatever other event that's coming up? Because I don't, I know nothing about it.
Oh yeah, that's the only thing that is up in the air. Oh, sorry. So here's White King's Blossom, according to Jacob. Uh, so what? Deals. So okay, so it's just like Dark Pillar, that 5 range
Yeah.
spell. So yeah, it's still whoosh. So look, obviously that's an upgrade, but it's not like okay. So his swoosh has better range now. I'm sure it's a bit more damage. When defeated by an enemy that is within a 3 to 4 range, for all enemies in a surrounding rhombus area, lowers their move stat for 3 turns.
Wait, so he has to kill something?
No, he has to be killed by something.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, so I don't know how big that is. Rhombus usually mean like a crystal shape. You know.
Yeah. So, like
Um,
Frigid Wave.
yeah. They call that rhombus in translation. So I would imagine it says 3 to 4 range. So maybe
He's
it's
weak to.
bigger than Frigid
So,
Wave. Frigid Wave is 3. Um,
yeah.
so 20% spell potency and agility 40 twice. So I
Cool.
mean,
Well, what's his top agility going to be? Because if he can at least go in there and do some damage, it might
he's fairly
have
agile,
some.
but like as far as blossoms go, you're not gonna fucking touch that guy.
No, I mean he's going to be a suicide unit
No, it's a
because
mild improvement, and
Greynaw will be able to
yeah,
with his
there's
frizz
basically
breath.
only one mode where you're allowed to suicide, and it's RTA. And you're not gonna bring White King.
No, you're not.
Um,
No, you're
now if they gave him like you know what move +1, even if he was shitty with move +1, they're like, oh okay, I get it. Like he can snipe now, but think about how
Yeah,
often you remember the time or two you tried to bring Dragon Lord to Arena, and it's like, oh no, I can't hit anything the first turn. Although he has the advantage
no,
of going last. So
it's
um,
very true.
anyway, yeah. So you asked about the Thank You Tact Festival. First of all, I remember I believe it was the 1.5 live stream, one of Malcolm's streams. He claimed that they did do a global exclusive celebration one time. It was the Thank You Festival. And I looked back through the Twitter last night. I just scrolled back to last year, and the only thing I found about the Thank You Festival, it happened, uh, like literally like 1 week before the Christmas stuff started. There was a winter festival that started like December 1st or 2nd, um, and there was. Do you remember the banner that guaranteed Seraphy or a Stark? Nobody even remembers that a Stark was part of it. There was a Seraphy or there was a banner that guaranteed Seraphy on the 30th stamp. People voted for it. Yeah, it's so long ago now. I remember making a big deal about it because
Long ago.
if you didn't get Seraphy, that banner was really, really important because
You know
Seraphy
what?
was
I okay,
mandatory.
no, I do remember that because I remember a lot of people talking in the Discord that they said that they had to go like all the way to the banner to get it. So
Yep. So that was the only thing that the Twitter mentioned about that. Now our
hmm.
Twitter sucks. The global Twitter is very, very lacking. Um,
Yeah, it is.
but it didn't display anything about campaigns, and I believe it started exactly 1 week before the Winterfest.
Well,
So
are we gonna be able to vote for a an S unit on the 30th stamp again?
I don't know that they're well. No, they've never done that in NJP. And there's one thing I can assure you: it's not going to be original. Um,
No, probably not.
I would imagine they're going to recycle something from Golden Week. It's too early for Silver. It'll probably, honestly, like I said last year, as far as I can tell, it was just a banner. They'll probably give us the second iteration of the 50 stamp. The 50 poll paid once
Yeah,
only.
yeah.
Um, and that's it. That's all I can imagine because they're not gonna make a new banner. Um,
You, you know what I miss? I miss the big boss battles.
me
Can we
too. And
can
I
we
don't
get one
know.
of those in Reminiscence or something, man? Please.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they're not adding them to Reminiscence, and I don't remember the prizes being that crazy or anything like that. Um,
It was just rank up mats.
Yeah, and they started doing them a little bit too much. Like it's not fun when they do them 2 or 3 events in a row,
Yeah, we
and they
haven't
stopped
had
doing
one in
that. But
3 months, right? It's been like 3 months,
yeah, yeah, they were
maybe
actually
even
pretty
longer.
fun. So it lets it lets your units have different value. Like I always tell people like stop shitting on a Stark. You sound stupid because a Stark might be out of like PvP and things like that, and he might not have the range for a lot of PvE
Yeah.
stuff. But like if we get a giant boss battle that's even neutral to Zam type damage, you're gonna be bringing that a Stark.
Yeah, I mean, he could crit on one of those too.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, Stark was crazy in the
I want one that's weak to zap.
mm. Oh, for Bianca. Yeah, Bianca Greenarl.
For Graynar with the Zap Force, Bianca, Purvis on the crit spot.
Mm.
Like, can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Purvis on the crit spot, and then Baron also.
Hmm. Yeah, Bianca
I
also
mean,
has her single target strike is actually a little bit stronger than her multi, I believe, so she'll be able to do well on weak spots as well.
I mean, you're gonna do the big strike with her though because you're gonna have like
A
one, two,
bajillion spots. Yeah, it
how many,
probably will
how
work out
many
that way.
tiles is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 times 44 chances to crit. I mean, you're gonna crit.
On the bright side, that's they don't factor in crit potential, but that's the one nice thing about the AI. Like when I'm doing giant boss battles and the weak spots open, I usually just click auto when I'm not sure about a unit,
Yeah,
and if the weak
same.
spot hit is better, they'll just do that.
Yeah.
Um,
I remember the last one that was Mordigan, right?
Probably, yeah, and I don't even
It was
remember it.
the double one, which was not fun.
Oh
I'm
yeah, no, I
sorry,
didn't like that at all. I
but
think
I had
everybody got that done, and then they didn't
yeah.
really. They didn't feel like they gave us a lot of extra keys for that. So I don't.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
But
The
I had Veronica and Jessica. I had it worked out, and I had to use Kirill. That was the one and only time Kirill was good because I didn't have the damage to kill all three of the serpents when they spawned.
mm,
But Kirill's coup, his damage was able to push him into the damage field, and then the damage field would kill him. I figured that out. Kind of worked it in, and since he was weak to bang,
mm,
I was able to clear 16. I was able to clear 16 like clockwork. I tried to clear 17 every time. It didn't work,
mm.
but I was able to get up to 16 every time with
So that is the
Veronica
perk of
and
being
Jessica.
the one man in global with Kiro blossomed.
He's not fully.
Oh, okay. Even
I
you're not that crazy,
I just got him the boost and his heal.
dude. There are
I
so
didn't
few units I have
remember
fully
what I
blossomed.
did to the other one.
Yeah, the handful of units that I have fully blossomed, my account came with because somebody gave me their account when they wanted to leave right after I came back. So
Yeah.
I got an account that was pretty good. And anyway, yeah, like he would fully complete trees, and me, it's like these are all like Hargan's curse node is good if you're using them all the time, but it's like I can't use
Yeah.
Lotus on 10% curse when there's literally 5 other things that I want to blossom, And now
There
Zoma
are
takes
some
extra
nodes
mats.
that just don't make sense. Like the Nightclubber, some of his nodes are physical brilliant.
Yeah,
He doesn't even have a
actually,
ability
you
attack.
could teach him an
And
ability that's elemental. So yeah,
I remember I was talking with someone about this. I'm like, why doesn't he have little crit nodes there?
yeah, it'd be amazing.
Like how, it could have been 1%, it could have been like three or four crit nodes in there, just adding like 1% or 1.5% of each.
By the way,
And
somebody's going to pop in and say, well, that's because that's just how the tree is. Well, Malroth has special mini nodes as well, so they can change these nodes. Um,
yeah,
but I think
I don't,
everybody's
I don't, I
basically,
don't see why they couldn't, but
yeah,
there's a lot of those things that are like, here's physical brilliant, here's this brilliant, here's that potency. And it's like this character doesn't have that.
mm,
Like this literally has no value to this character.
mm. So,
So
from what I understand, everybody is literally handcuffed into blossoming Zoma right now, right? Is there any choice?
I don't know why you wouldn't. I wouldn't call it a handcuff. It's more of a no-brainer. At
I'm
least,
exaggerating, but I mean, for anybody that cares, you have to blossom Zoma.
yeah. I mean, the
It's
frigid
good that we
wave
have a
alone.
strong character, but I'm actually upset about it because there's literally two, three other units that I desperately want to blossom. So,
Dude, I want to blossom a lot, and I can't. Like, I want to do Halberd Saurus
mm,
because
I want
his
Dread. I haven't done Dread yet, and apparently he's really a beast.
I have Dread, but Halberd has the AoE, and sometimes I wish I had the Sizz Breath AoE instead of Dread. Like there are definitely sometimes I'll pick Dread over Halberd, but
Mm.
he has the 20% increase in damage and his Blossom stats and
Does that actually
everything.
make his
And
volcanic breath good?
I mean, I would say at level 130, and especially if he's max awaken, he does enough.
Mm.
It's good damage.
Yeah.
It's not nothing crazy, but it's good damage, and it's AoE unlike Dreads.
I think Dread's strength is in being kind of meta right now, where I think the solutions for Elena are generally AoE and slow.
Well,
Dread
most
Dragon's
people
going to be
don't.
way slower than Elena. I like that he takes out Elena. Um, and isn't there something else that's. Whatever else is strong that's weak to Sizz? There's not a whole lot of Sizz, so.
Yeah.
Um, anyway, so. Sorry, the roadmap. You're man, you're bringing up a lot of things that I'm like into. So early November. All this means is part 3 of the DQ3 event. So early November, which is November 6th. Um, I believe that's part 3 date, isn't it? So that's the Sage, and apparently the Hot campaign, which I'm has to go along with the summer event, starts the same day. I've I've seen a lot of people think that new event is Silver Week. Um, that's why I was making fun and saying like there's a lot of misinformation out there which we can't allow. No, this is just a summer event. The campaign and the event are two different things. So um, these things should
That's
all
good.
be happening at the same time, mid-November.
Are we gonna get 3 tokens at the same time here?
Well, no, DQ3 ends the 16th, and mid-November. Okay, that sounds like the 16th to me. So the summer
Okay.
event is going to whatever they're going to call the summer event. Um, It'd probably be like Fun in the Sand or something like that. I don't know. That's going to be November 16th. I can't see any reason. So I think the campaign is intended to also. I mean, like a summer campaign. It looks like I forget the details of it, but that's obviously a summer thing, and it's going to start a week early. I guess it might have a lead up. I also believe that JP got login. Oh, it included login tickets. Somebody put it
Okay.
on the Reddit. Um, for um, the
I'll
Sage.
take long tickets.
Yeah, I don't. Hmm. I don't know what thread it was. I don't. Oh yeah, this guy. I found it right away. Um, shit. Hmm. Oh, that's. I think JP got another. I saw that on the Twitter last night. Rolling back, there's another uh, special GVG or a special individual tournament that gives an orb.
Oh, that's nice. They should do that once a month, to be honest, or at least once every other month.
It makes it feel so much more fun. Even if they don't put an orb at the end, please just make Arena
Well,
actually.
just the irises and the gold alone is nice to
Yeah,
have.
it gives me a reason other than 30 gems and 800 gold because
Yeah.
that's all I'm doing it for.
Yeah, the 800 gold could be like up to 5K.
Mm.
Like, can we be honest about that?
Yeah, we desperately
Maybe
need gold. It's not too much, but
we
um,
always need gold.
yeah. Let me see. I can always just go there, roll back. But yeah. So anyway, this roadmap. Other than so there's no way to know what this thank you festival is. It could be recycled Golden Week stuff, but I believe that stuff's pretty dated now. I don't remember when Golden Week happens in spring, right? This is based on this is what they would have in August. So if they recycle Golden Week stuff for us, look, it's still nice to get, but it's old. So even as far as value banners go, I think I'd be okay with skipping it. So the only thing I would do if they recycle Golden Week stuff is the 50 poll. But yeah, that's late November, so whenever that is, these things seem to be like 10 days apart now. Um,
Yeah.
and then yeah, mid-November, this should all be November 16th. I don't see anything. So yeah, this is definitely the summer event. This is White King, Hellion, and two things that don't really matter. And this is just, the first year wrap up being put into Reminiscence. So I've seen a lot of people saying silly things like, no, this is all of this, all the top is obvious. It's just the thank you festival. Yeah, if anybody can remember anything about the thank you festival, because I remember Malcolm literally defended the thank you festival as a global exclusive when it was just all that I can find out about it is that it recycled one Japanese banner.
I mean, it was just the devs telling him to say that, right?
Yeah, of course.
Obviously.
Yeah,
For
I
for people that for people that don't know, now you know.
yeah. Let me see. What am I scrolling back to look at? Oh, crap. I forgot what I wanted to look at anyway. I guess when Golden Week was, or what they did after the wrap up. Yeah, so they had Silver Week, but that started. Silver Week we're due for in December. They say that they're done with Crunch, so it wouldn't be. We're more than 2 weeks away from Silver Week.
So are we 3 months behind? Is
Yes,
that
we
where
are
we're at?
all, dude. We are almost exactly 3 months behind. Um,
That'd be nice to stay there. I mean, even if we're there for a couple months, like it'd still be nice.
yeah,
Because I doubt they're gonna bring us 1-to-1. So
yeah. Like I don't know, dude. If they keep literally just straight up screwing global, I'm not gonna put up with much of it, if anything. But 3 months behind, if they're actually going to stop screwing global, they're not giving us holiday units on holidays. Thank God, because that was, dude. If you've played a gotcha before, you know you can't just give gotcha units 6 months past their date. Um,
yeah,
uh, so if they just say screw that, and people are worried about what are they going to do on their 2 year. Obviously, they held things out of the 2 year event. When they called it the 3.0, they held things out of there. Not really much. I mean, the shop is big, but I guess there was a tower that I could
was
not
was
give.
their 2-year Erdrick?
Sorry, what's that?
Was JP's 2-year Erdrick?
Yeah, but we got Sorrow early too, so they're not giving us banners. The only thing that they've done, and they've done this twice now, and I completely agree with this. They gave us back in DQ3, OG DQ3 event. They swapped Zoma and Baramos for reasons. We all just assumed it was a mistake. It didn't make any sense. Um,
Well, it's because they wanted to put Boreal with Baramos to get people to pull on Baramos.
maybe. Well, I think that was no. They didn't change. I think it was always like that. I never thought to look at the JP
I don't
banner.
know if it was, but they definitely put those two together.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Boreal at the time was better than Baramos, kind of. Um, but
It was,
yeah.
I think.
shit. What was I gonna? Oh, for DQ9 they swapped Fallen Angel Corvus to come early because they basically treated him as the 1.5 unit, which is fitting. It's good. He
Yeah,
is of that caliber.
I, I think he is. Fact is, he's not Sorrow, he's not Knock, he's
No.
not Erdrick, but he's just like one step below.
Yeah. His I remember when I got him and I ranked him up. I'm like, oh, I wasn't expecting big damage from him, but that's still disappointing. Um,
His 8 multi-hit defense down can be huge
it can be,
because
but I always have to put agility on mine because mine's one heart. So
hmm, I I got 2 more copies of him, so now mine's awakened 3. So now when he hits people, he gets the attack up.
hmm.
So he can do an AOE, and turn 2 he can have 45% extra attack.
Yeah, see that's big, and I didn't think much about it at first, but units are getting tougher. Strategies are changing. There's a lot more turn two in arena. There was a while
Yeah,
which you've played at a higher level than I have, but your plan was basically to kill everything turn one, maybe mop up on turn two. So there was really no reason not to play that. Now Diamond Slime and a few other units have changed up the possibilities, but um, yeah, okay,
yeah.
so
It really also depends on the map, and I wish they could create a little node that we can click on to see a layout of the map somehow, some way in game. I think that would be nice
mhm.
because I mean, maybe not for like arena. Like you could watch someone stream and figure out what the map is, or you're gonna have to like keep the map somewhere and someone tells you, hey, it's this map. But your very first match that you go in, you don't know what kind of map it is. Maybe you picked the wrong unit. But for GVG, you know,
Mhm.
like the map matters. So
Oh
I
yeah.
think it would be nice if they could somehow put it in to where we can just click something on screen. This is the map, you know.
I mean it works that way both ways. So that's I always tell people surprise is definitely an element of GVG. There are strengths to keeping your units together, and also from spreading them out. Oh yeah, this is the blossom here. Yeah, the cactus dude and the scare wolf. Um, but no, I remember I took on one team that if I had just brought in a normal team, assuming they were all massed together, which they were, I think I would have dominated it. Instead, it was a team above. This guy was spending more than I was. It was a better team than mine. So I'm like, I should try my diamond slime out, play a little bit defensive, bring some units to stack buffs and whatnot, and I think I'll be able to do this. And instead, they were just all bunched together, and I'm like, dude, all I needed was Sorrow and Robin Hood, the A rank one, whatever Santa Hood, whatever his name is, and I would have taken
Yeah.
out because he brought Forest Dragon that threw me off. Um, but he ended up having Forest Dragon only covering CGM instead of his Erdrick and Sorrow as well. Um,
I got a -8 this week already yesterday from a team of 4 with King Godwin, Forest Dragon, Nigel, and someone else. But they were all awakened,
mm,
and it was 18 KCP, and it was the easiest, that I put. But they had Nigel all the way in the back, and they were like kind of grouped up, but sort of separated about. But they built Nigel with slower, making his agility slower,
mhm.
and they put King Godwin's agility up. And I had already built agility, but his King Godwin had like 600 agility somehow. I don't
Yeah,
know how, but it did, and it kind of messed me up. But I killed 3 of their guys
mm,
first turn, and my Grey Gnarl had like 1100 health left.
mm,
I was like, all right, cool, no problem. But because I killed 3 other guys, Nigel's sitting there in the back going last, slapped my Grey Gnarl, died
yeah,
because he had the attack boost
yeah.
and the move boost. And I was just like, fuck. Like people are now starting to build teams just to fuck with people.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, dude. No, it's probably becoming more. People have been doing that since the beginning. They would
Yeah.
call it like, who do I bring onto a defense team? And it's like, you fucking asshole. There's no defense in arena. You just play your
Yeah.
fucking match. Oh my god, I want to strangle
That's
these
how I think.
fuckers. When they bring
Like,
defensive units, it's like, oh man. Anyway, I mean, I guess there's some value in hopefully other people doing worse than you, but if you're bringing defense teams, you're not hitting gold trophies, so you
yeah,
are
well,
just being a
I'm
dipshit.
not gonna be like Pac Demon and taking 30 minutes to make one move, you know. So
Yeah, no.
I just want to go in. I'd be like, all right, what are their weaknesses? All right, I'm gonna pick this unit, pick this unit, pick this unit, and I'm gonna like see who goes first. I'll take I'll take the first couple of minutes at it, but I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's smash them,
Yeah.
and like take I'll take 30 seconds to see what the move is, but I did not see Nigel because like he was getting his boost and I was killing him. I was like, Grant has 1100 HP, he's gonna be fine, but the attack boost that he got just and he was neutral to it, but he still just died. So
Mm. Um. So RTA, how did you do in RTA? Did you have fun? Did you also get stomped by whales?
the first couple days I couldn't do it just because of work.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Um,
Not a great
the time slot.
schedule for some people. Yeah.
Then the first day that I was able to do it, it was like 1-1, lost one, 1-1, lost one, and then the next couple of days, I think I was at like 20 wins and 10 losses. So, and I didn't get all the gold, but I was just kind of done with it once I got Plat 5.
Oh yeah. Well, I think all the gold is from Plat 5, I believe, isn't it? That's
Oh,
all.
sorry, that's no, I'm talking about Zoma. I haven't got all the gold from Zoma yet.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah. Dude, yeah, I only made like 165, so I need like another 20,000 to get the orb. I'll get there. I'm just
Yeah,
not worried about it right
I
now.
I got like 220K, I think. And I know I can do better. And it's crazy that people always say that heroes suck, heroes suck, heroes suck, but heroes are shining in this fight, let me tell you.
Yeah.
When they all come together, it seems like heroes are meant to be played together.
Mhm.
Kind of what it seems like.
Hmm. Okay, so I found this is the Midsummer Heat fight campaign. So this is the hot ad. Uh whatever. Fiercely hot aid campaign. Um it does
I
mention.
can't see it. You're gonna have to read it to me.
Oh, that's what most people tune into me for. They can't read either. Okay, so
One
JP got
you're right.
10 Sage tickets.
Hot as balls up here.
You've been there, man. Now, when did their part 3 start?
Hello, kitty. Yeah, I know. You're gonna want to run away. This is Malfoy. Say hi, Malfoy.
Oh man, that's a cutie.
This.
Let me see. Is this let me see. Oh, I think did we got to check the in-game news. Are we getting a special mission for part 3? Um
Like
that,
like
that
getting stamped or something.
yeah, they're labeling this as another part sorry, a 2-year celebration thing. But they got this looks like a special mission. Oh no, this is a social media thing. Oh, right, I should know. They got a special media campaign with their part 2 or 3.
When was our last social media thing? It seems like it's been a bit.
I can't recall. I guess it's been more than a month or two.
I think it has. We should definitely be getting one soon.
Yeah. Okay. So
Who's that?
it looks like the 29th or 30th was their part two. So I think they're part three. I guess it wasn't that far apart. Because I'm seeing stuff for. Wow, they filled theirs up fast. Their social media campaign. Um. Okay,
They got
so
more.
okay, it was like 10 days. Looks like okay, so Sage came out on the 7th, or sorry, the 9th. The 9th is when the Sage came out.
Hmm.
Um. Okay, so part three did coincide with this campaign. That gave 10 tickets in a login bonus. Okay, so if we don't get 10 login bonuses on the 9th, we're getting fucked.
Chase is gonna quit, guys. You heard it here first.
I probably will. I can't take this anymore. Two orbs. I don't
We
know
know
what.
you're gonna be playing. Don't even. You're like me.
Oh, dude, I'm really tired of this. I can't. Dude, I'm used to a game that treated me so well that I can't. It's honestly, it's about the respect.
Well,
Um,
what other game are you gonna play?
I will probably do something constructive. Dude, this game is such an addiction, dude. Um,
I mean, it's the Dragon Quest IP. It's the only reason why it's
yeah. Well, here's the thing.
going anywhere.
People like to say the. I brought this up a few times. I like turn-based strategic combat. Yeah, me too. But when do you actually play Dragon Quest Tact? When are you playing a level instead of trying to figure out something that is bullshit, following a guide or keeping it on auto? It I've never been a big fan of PvP, but yeah, Arena and GVG is the only time I'm actually playing the strategic combat system in this game.
I mean, yeah,
Otherwise, I'm dealing with a fucking headache or auto. You know what I mean?
a lot of the strategic combat is who has the bigger dick.
Yeah, that too, especially in RTA. Um,
Yeah.
but it's funny talking about agilities. I've had so many people talk about like, or it's really bringing light to thinking that your unit with like 520 agility is like he's really fast, and I'm like he's kind of fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when
Like you,
it's a
you
lot of
better
people
have an
got
agility percentage up at the start of the battle.
yeah, like everybody's used to their sorrow going first, and like he
Yeah,
doesn't. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Young Terry is fast. Young
Yeah,
Terry, Hybrid, and Elena. I think those three are probably the fastest.
yeah. And then I was telling him that he didn't need to do it, but he was probably right. Kage was still putting agility gear on his hybrid. I was like, you could at least put like a third tier piece of like at least give your best agility equipment to things that need it. But anyway, um, I don't think hybrid needs Beastmaster claws. But he wanted
No,
to make sure that nobody outsped him under any circumstances.
I would put
The gold claws on him.
the Nimzo dagger on him. I think.
Yeah, that would probably be good. That had a little bit of agility, right? Anyway, yeah,
Yeah,
like
seven.
yeah, 550 agility is not enough to like, yeah, I'll go before their team. In
No,
RTA, no, everything needs to be like over 600, or
I mean
you need to have
especially.
a strategy to go second.
I'd say most people have a one awakened sorrow, but if you see a three or a five, you better get 620, 640.
Mm, yeah. Um, so anyway, yeah, this is the campaign that started in JP, which should be our hot aid campaign. So it should have some login
Is that
tickets.
two orbs there?
Yeah, so there's two orbs involved, and I'm not going to translate this. It doesn't really matter. Um,
Hmm.
but there will be two orbs available somehow. And this is the hard mode campaign that we're slated for. So that is now for us. They included that in. Is that part of the 3.0? Mm. Yeah, so
We're getting the. We should be getting the hard double rewards when rank up rewards end, or like the day after it ends.
okay,
I
so
think
oh no,
XP
okay.
end.
So this
We had
campaign is starting November 3rd for us. So
Okay, yeah,
I
that
wonder
makes
if this
sense.
this so this might start a couple days before part 2. or part
Yeah,
three for
I'm
us.
happy about that. So I can, because I've definitely used some of my what do they call them? Spheres, whatever. Yeah, spheres.
Hmm.
And I like to 300 of each.
I aim for like 200, but yeah, and I like 20 on the crystals. And there's a few
Yeah.
I'm out of inorganic, zero inorganic spheres. So
Inorganic is also like the one that does not drop for me.
mm,
Dude, fucking nature.
yep,
Nature will all day long for me.
yeah, I
All
got
day
a lot of
long.
nature, and there's the only nature units that come out are low ranked shit basically. Occasionally an A rank. There's no nature S ranks. Um,
No, there's only a couple that are good.
okay.
Squid is probably the best one, I would imagine.
So yeah, part three in Japan had again this campaign. This is exactly what we're slated for starting on the third. Down here, the double story hard mode stuff and double story recruits. That's exactly what we're slated to get on the third. Um, and then they got a uh, okay. So real time battles came with extra stamina herbs. So real time battles starting with part three. I think they already announced that in game, didn't they? That the real time battle would start the 6th, or somewhere around there. We got an
I don't
announcement just
remember.
the other day. Um, yeah, I know that they gave us one a couple weeks ago, Timbo. But JP got one actually a week after part two started off. So, hmm. Anyway, it'd be nice to see that again. Yeah, monthly is not too much for stuff like that. It's not too much to ask for. Um,
I would like a big boss battle every
yeah,
other month.
and I don't think there's one coming. Um, Silver, I doubt
Honestly,
Silver Week's gonna have
didn't,
one. Uh,
didn't they announce that some big boss battle thing was going to come like in July or August and it just never did? It was going to be like a guild big battle or something,
oh no,
right?
that's just shit that people talked about. Like, oh, we should do that. Um,
Oh, I thought they announced something.
nah, no,
We,
that was
I
just
never saw,
daydreaming.
imagine something like that, like a big boss battle that all the guild can fight.
Mm.
That'd be dope.
Oh yeah, no, everybody's been saying that since they talked about guilds, and they're like, we're thinking about it, which doesn't mean anything, you know.
I just think faster and harder, please.
Yeah,
That's
anything that
what she.
they tell us that isn't a definitive answer is like when your mom says maybe. It doesn't mean a thing. She didn't think about it.
Because you know when your dad says maybe, it's like it's most likely going to happen.
Yup. Um,
Mom says maybe. Oh God, that was my mom. Always meant no.
yeah. Let me see. So yeah, JP. It looks like we're really following the JP schedule because they got these on the 19th. So their part three dropped on the 9th. 10 days later, they got the blossoms. So yeah. So yeah, that's definitely going to start the 16th. So yeah, and we're actually the same amount of days. So our part three is going to start on the 6th, and then the event ends 10 days later. We'll get Silver Week and the Blossoms on the 16th. They're started on the 9th. Their Silver Week or sorry, not Silver Week. Their wrap up and Blossoms came the 19th. So it's both 10 days. So
When is the wrap up starting?
the 16th. Sorry, I said Silver Week before. What
So
I've
lasting like 40 days or something?
what's that?
Is that lasting like 40 days? Because it's like end of the year and it's starting in November.
So for them, it started on the 9th of August. They let me see. There was another thing here. I talked about this the other night. They get 10
August?
login tickets for Jessica as well.
Sorry, the wrap up year end started in August?
Not year end wrap up. Well, for their anniversary. Their anniversary is July 16th. Or no,
Okay.
yeah, July 16th. January. Wait, fuck.
Okay, so like end of the cycle year. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. So sorry, July 16th. That's their anniversary. Ours is January 27th. Um, So anyway,
Okay.
yeah, this stuff all started the 19. They're putting, dude. They get so much. This is they pretty much give you all the information um, about their thing, their events. What is this about?
It kind of makes it hard for them to like hide shit from global, and they know that, and they can't hide it.
The thing it's always been obvious. People just don't pay attention, and you're not allowed to complain. And you mentioned you said you were in the Destiny community. Have you ever played a game where people didn't complain about it? That where they didn't hate the devs? You ever play Magic the Gathering? They hate Wizards of
I
the
would
Coast.
honestly say the DQT community is probably one of the best ones I've been a part of in terms of like I'd say more of the drama and the hate is more of against the community than against Square Enix.
Oh yeah,
Like people,
exactly. Yeah, the dude, like you are not allowed to shit on this game in either of what call themselves official discords or communities or whatever. There's nothing official, by the way. The only thing that's actually run by Square is the Twitter, um, which yeah. I'm wondering, is there another farm? Oh no, okay. So they've got another wanted thing for the summer thing, the summer event. But I'm just wondering what this
the
spike party invitation thing is.
no, the Destiny community though, they're pretty vocal. And
Oh yeah.
actually, if you guys want to hear a little story time, there's this in Destiny 1, because now Destiny 2 has been out for almost 5 years, I think, something like that.
Mm,
In Destiny 1, there was this exotic chess piece called Twilight Garrison. And for Titans, it was huge because it gave them air dodge. And people got really good at mastering the air dodge, and like it became like a whole skill tech thing, and they got nerfed. And when Destiny 2 came out, um, Titans didn't have it. It's still not in the game, Twilight Garrison,
mm.
and Warlocks just now have air dodge in their base kit. And a lot of people have been asking for it back for a long time. And earlier this year, I actually tweeted at one of the devs and just said, "Hey, like, do we?" Because there was just been a lot of like people speculating, "Oh, if hunters get blink back, blink is like a teleport jump,"
Mm.
because it was taken away from them between D1 and D2. If people were saying if hunters get this back, which it was leaked that they were, can Titans get Twilight Garrison back? And I tweeted at a dev and said, "Hey, like, like, can we just know already, please? Can we rip the band-aid off? Like, we know Blink's coming back." And the dev responded to me and said, "Sorry, like, I just want to rip the band-aid off. Twilight Garrett, like, Titans aren't getting it back." And he affirmed and said, like, it's part of the Warlock kit. Air dodge is part of the Warlock kit.
Mm.
The amount of rage that spawned from his reply to my tweet on Twitter was a lot.
Hmm.
Some of the Destiny content creators made videos about it, and everything, and people were sending in death threats, and it did like there was some good discussion. People were like giving good
Mm.
criticism, telling them why it should be brought back, because Warlock said this and like this, but there was just a lot of bullshit, and I felt super bad about it, because you know I asked the question and it caused a lot of hate. Like, I know it wasn't my intention or anything. I know people are,
Well, did anybody
back.
get mad at you for saying something negative about Destiny?
No,
That's what I don't
no.
understand. Is like when I complained about Tact in a couple of videos, you're trying to kill the game. Why are you fucking playing? I'm like,
That's
what game have you played where the content creators said 110% nice things about the game? It's always
I think
complaining
that's
about the
probably
producer.
just because due to the lack of how big DQT is.
That's it because they agree with what I say. So they're
Yeah.
terrified that the game's going to go under.
I
Um,
mean, especially in a gotcha. I mean, like, you know, it would suck if the game went under tomorrow because,
mm,
you know, how much we've spent on it. But
yeah. Well, that's the thing. You know, a lot of people. I've talked about this to death. You know, we don't know anything about these numbers, but you can see on Sensor Tower that the game makes 400,000 to 500,000 a month usually. Um, I don't know if those are. It's hard to check those numbers, and they may not include all of their sales, but people are like, "See, it's profitable. It'll go
is
forever," and I'm like,
that profit,
"This,
bro? Or is that just
hmm, what's that?"
because, like, how much are they paying, like, the 10 devs that are working on it,
Well,
you know?
exactly. Like the game is not free. It is not free.
Yeah.
Whatever you think it cost them, it's more. Okay, even if you knew what some of their costs were exactly, there's more,
Yeah.
man. This is an international game. I mean, there's paperwork, lawyers, shit that you're not even gonna fucking think of. Things I sure as shit don't know about. Like there are expenses. You know, it doesn't cost them like, oh, it's just Malcolm's paycheck, right? No, it's a little bit more than Malcolm's paycheck. Um,
Yeah, no, it's also higher ups too, right?
yeah.
Like a manager, a project manager or something, like they get bonuses,
Mhm.
based on how well the game does,
Yep.
you
You
know.
also have to think about this is
Whatever happened over the summer, by the way, when they definitely had a change in management because they did,
mm,
you know,
it
they
wouldn't
definitely
surprise
did.
me.
Like so,
But anyway, you have to think about allocation of assets. The team that they
yeah,
have working on this being in the black, that means profitable. Doesn't mean that we're in the clear. Like netting $100,000 or $200,000 a month does not make this game a smashing success. It's like, well,
yeah,
it's we're keeping it online, but Malcolm is a big asset to Square Enix, and we could use him on other projects.
yeah.
That's
So let's say, so is it just profit 400 to 500,000? That's profit.
no, that's just what they make on the Play stores,
So
Google
that's
and
what they just.
Android.
So they're not making 400, 500,000. They're probably
No,
making.
and I don't know if that includes Google's cut as well. Google and Apple's cut. Apparently, they both take a
Yeah,
pretty good cut. It's not
yeah.
like a
So
single digit percentage, from what I understand.
yeah, so they have to pay the however many devs are working on it. Out of, I would hope 10,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not 10.
It's a
You
very
know,
good translation. People think they run the game through Google Translate. I don't know if that's a joke, but like if you've used Google Translate yourself for Japanese to English, then you would understand. They have a very skilled translation person, team, whatever working, so that's not cheap.
yeah, and the devs, Malcolm, whatever it takes to keep those servers running. You
Mm.
know,
Yep.
so they're probably only profiting like 100 to 200K.
That's what I think. Yeah. And like I said, even if they have pure profit every month, the five people they have working here, it's like, well, yeah, this project is in the black, but we want those employees to do something that's going to make 10 times as much money. So
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not
I
trying
mean,
to be doom and gloom right now. I'm just saying that, like, when people think, like, you're a fucking idiot, Chase Games, because the game still makes money. That's not enough.
well, it really depends on if they think it's enough.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's also, I mean, as long as JP is sticking around, I don't see why Global wouldn't, unless Global just dies,
I would assume that the thing. I don't think they have 10 devs working on this game. This is one of Malcolm's projects as a community manager, and I'm not saying
Yeah.
he's not doing enough, but it doesn't really matter. He listens in, but like he's not allowed to
Can you
do anything. He doesn't do actions, so that doesn't matter. Um,
can you hear my cat zooming around, by the way?
uh, Maybe a little. I hear my Discord tings more than anything. I'm never smart enough to mute it. Um,
They've been running around for the past 10 minutes, just chasing each other.
Dude, I'm always surprised what doesn't get picked up on my mic. Although I still mute it just in case when I fart because I don't want anybody to hear that. But I'm
Dude,
joking.
all
Seriously,
the
I
time.
never know. I don't want that getting picked up on mic. Um,
I fart all the time, man. I just let it out. I don't care.
well, if you have been, your mic is muting them out. So yeah, um,
But yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's a small team on this game, so I do think that their costs are low. But like I said, whatever people think this game's costs are, it's fucking more because
Well,
people
I
think
would
everything is
hope
free now.
for Phoenix's sake, like the devs that work on the game,
Mm,
even if it's not making them a ton of money, if even if it is profiting, those devs they're getting experience. They probably want to pull one or two of them for a different project.
mm.
So even though like when you just think of pure profit, like for those devs that are working on the game, for the people working on the game, they're getting more experience that they may pull from. Maybe they find out what they're good at. All these things go into account. So,
Mm. By the way, what did I?
hey, nice.
All right, so when did I say that their part three started? Did their part three start on the 9th or something? Sorry, I know this is a while back. I just wanted to. Um.
You have short-term memory, huh? Like me.
Oh, dude, I can't. Yeah, I forget what I'm talking about, dude. Like in the middle of a conversation. Um. 820.
So, you're a truck driver, you said, right?
Yeah, I'm just in between jobs right now, but yeah. Um.
So, are you like state, like across the state truck driver?
I'm gonna be now. I will tell you that unless you know somebody, unless you got a good gig, OTR, that's what they call over the road, long haul, staying out for 3, 4 weeks or months at a time. It's for fucking chumps. Because for the most part, most companies, they're going to pay you for when you drive, and that's it. So when
Yeah.
the shit hits the fan, you're either not making anything or you're making way less. So when everything's going smooth, if you're getting good miles. Oh, also, your miles aren't guaranteed either. These guys, oh, you should be getting 3,000 miles a week and blah, blah, blah. I do 3,500 miles a week. And, there's a lot of bullshitting too.
Well, it really just depends where point A and point B is
Yeah.
then.
But you got to get your company to actually give you good runs. There has to be the freight. You can't be held up too long. These shippers have no respect for a driver's time. Anything with groceries, fuck grocery warehouses, dude. They will literally keep you there all day because they don't give a fuck. And they have appointment times too. They'll say like, yeah, get here at 5, but that's when they tell literally every truck to get there. And you're not getting in that fucking gate early either. They have big parking lots for you to sit and wait all goddamn day. So you get pulled
Uh,
in for that appointment at 5 o'clock. They also tell the other 20 guys at the same fucking time.
yeah.
Also fun. You're competing. Those guys all hit the lot at the same time, trying to back into a spot. You need a lot of room to maneuver a
Uh,
truck into a dock. Um,
because some of the things that you're talking about, they're not exactly like things that I deal with process serving, but
mm.
I definitely see where you're coming from. How it's just like
You're not
it
in
shouldn't be.
control. You mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. No, you're not. You're not in control. And the thing is, yeah, when you're rolling down the road getting paid, it's smooth. When things go to shit, you also stop getting money. So it's literally like even more stressful. It's like, great, now I'm
'Cause,
not getting to listen to my podcast all day. I actually have to work, and they're not paying me for it. That's when you don't get paid when you have to work. That's basically
yeah,
what over the road truck driving is.
so with process serving, you make up to however many attempts the client wants.
Mm-hmm.
My company, I do 5.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the national companies, they'll want like 7 or 8, which is dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, some smaller companies or companies that will charge less, they'll do like 3 or 4 attempts. It just depends. But when you're like a part-time server or you have an area that you don't have a lot of serves in, like just depending on the demographic or like the region, you making 5 attempts, you could be losing money
Yeah.
because you're going out to the boonies, 5 times
Mm-hmm.
because no one could answer the door. There could be a gate,
Yeah. You
and
told me that some of your gigs only pay like $25, and do you have to take everything?
you
Is that
don't
your
have to.
okay? But yeah, like now that's not even worth driving to the other side of town for. You know?
Yeah, I got I instituted a $5 gas charge for my company.
Oh, okay,
So
good. Yeah, and if it's not too far, that's good. But like I did Uber for a couple years, a lot of people are really fucking stupid when they Uber because they're like, I'm making money. It's like, first of all, gas, okay, dude. I see some dudes with like gigantic pickup trucks. Not just like, I mean, all pickup trucks are big, but then you got the guys
Yeah.
with like, the truck that screams, "My dick is this small," um, and they're doing Uber. I'm like, dude, you're getting 15 miles to the gallon tops. Maybe you're getting 18. I don't know a lot of pickup. I think my uncle's got in 150. He says he gets about 18. So I imagine these big super cab Silverados and 250s, 350s. You are a fucking idiot if you're Ubering in those. But they're also really, dude. I've never had a pickup trucks are not fucking cheap either. So that's a lot of vehicle resale value you're destroying. Um,
Trucks, since, since I moved to Tennessee, and
I'm sure
I,
they're
I,
a
I don't,
premium down there.
I don't want a truck, but since we moved during COVID and then inflation hit hard, dude, trucks were like 20 to 30K higher.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, they're a lot more. Um, but
Yeah, they were more. There, I remember seeing brand new trucks that were like 40 to 50K, and they were being sold for 80K. It's
Oh yeah,
nuts.
especially during that. Dude, dealerships were marking them up brand new. It was just an invoice thing where they're charging like double, triple their retail in addition.
I know why. I know why they were doing it. It's
Because they
because,
could.
well, one, because they could,
Yeah.
and two, because half their inventory was sitting on a ship somewhere.
Yep. Um but anyway, yeah, so Uber, a lot of people think like, "Oh, I made money. I don't care that this ride only paid $4." Cuz you take a minimum ride that a minimum fare that takes you 10, 15 minutes. Most of them only pay $4, 356. And they're like,
Guess,
"Well,
guess,
it's still money."
gas. Guess how much money I spend on gas in a year?
Oh gosh, 15K.
Oh no, not that much. No,
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm maybe thinking of.
I I'll drive. I'm gonna break 30,000 miles this year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's a lot. Um, yeah, no, I did the same kind of thing, but yeah, like the people that think they're making money doing Uber, it's like, oh well, after gas, I still made money today. It's like, you're busting your vehicle, and also, even if you're setting aside enough money for repairs on your vehicle, which I never did, and profiting it after the gas, just profiting doesn't mean that it was good for you to do it. Like, your time
Yeah.
has value. If you're making $2 an hour,
I
you're a
mean,
fucking idiot.
that's why people, you know, they get help
Mm,
or they do something because your time is valuable and time is money. And if you can spend less time doing the nonsense stuff or just the busy work stuff, if you get someone else to do it, or you can focus on growing the business and doing the work, that's the way to go.
mm.
So, but yeah, I spend like 4 to 5K on gas a year.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
Um, yeah, so I got to imagine. Do you ever talk to new guys where, yeah, they're probably the same thing where they think they're making money, and it's like, you're not, dude. You should go to McDonald's. You would make more money if you were at McDonald's right now.
I would imagine it's the same for you. I don't, what state are you in?
I'm in New York, Central New
New
York,
York.
not that cesspool.
So you have state income tax then.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So you're gonna hit there. I don't in Tennessee. I
yeah.
did in California,
I know
but
Tennessee. A lot of people were banning a lot of blue states and going to Tennessee. I think Tennessee was like right behind Florida and Texas. My sister bought a house down outside the Orlando area 2 years ago, and she got it like just in time, man, because people are treating Florida and Texas like they're a fucking bomb shelter, and the Russians are about to attack. Which is a bad analogy because that's actually maybe true. So
well, people who live there.
yeah, let's go, Brandon. Anyway, yeah, her house went up significantly since she bought it. Now buying a house in Florida. Hope you're making close to seven figures.
We were looking at Tennessee in 20 end of 2018, early 2019 when we were looking like when we decided, okay, this is where we're moving. The homes were like 300, 310.
Mm-hmm. Nashville
And
area?
by
Because I got
we
to
were like,
imagine being near Nashville and Knoxville. One of the I don't know if you want to display. Well, if you're near one of the major cities in Tennessee, you're gonna pay higher than living out in bumfuck.
yeah, Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it was around 300K.
Yeah. And that's
Late,
high for Nashville because I'm sure you could get something for just over 100, like the same size, 2 hours away.
let, let me tell you where it's
Okay.
going. So when we started to look, it was like 300K.
Mhm.
And when we were like, okay, the summer before, or like 6 months before we moved, it was like 340.
Mhm.
And when we moved, we bought our home for 377.
Mhm.
So just in like a year and a half, it went up 70K.
When did you guys
Our
move?
home, our home is 2020 June,
Oh, okay. Oh,
and
so
our
in the
home is already,
middle, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So our home is already worth over 600K now, and we live 45 minutes away from Nashville.
Oh, wow. Okay. Not even that close. Yeah. But
Yeah, I mean, obviously that a lot of that's inflation, but even when the house crashes, it's still going to be above that.
yeah.
Marcus, by the way, people who are don't listen to the bullshit people who are saying, "Oh, well, the economy's fine." Blah. Housing market is going to crash next year, people. Do you know how I know that? I'm a process server. I'm in the know.
A lot of defaulting, you mean?
Evictions are going to go through
Oh,
like
yeah.
full.
Oh,
The
are they
start of
like
next.
basically just being allowed to happen now or something?
They started this year very slowly. Over the summer, it started to hit a new wave. Right now, they're starting another wave, but by the start of next year, it is going to be an eviction fest.
Yeah.
And 6 months after that, a lot of the debt is going to be piling up.
Mhm.
I think the market's going to crash by next year fall.
Oh, you think we're gonna have another bubble burst like the one from 15 years
It's
ago,
not
right?
2008, but it's going to be bad.
Yeah. Um, and from what I understand, I mean, there's no reimbursement for these landlords and stuff like that. Everybody thinks that anybody that owns and rents out any piece of property is, immediately Mr. Monopoly, Mr. Moneybags. Like, oh well, fuck him. I mean, he owns property, so obviously he sits on $1 billion.
It's the local landlords, not the big corporations, not the big
Yeah,
real estate companies. It's the I guess I would describe it as the middle class
my,
landlords.
my family we rent it out. It's called, like, we call it a mother-in-law apartment. I never heard that term before we had it. It's like a small house. It's almost like a converted garage. It's actually a converted barn that we rent out. It's a very small house that we rent out. Um,
So how much I'm always curious of the people who like rent out a room or rent out something. Do they ever make like actual profit from it?
you
Like how much
can,
profit?
yeah, you can. But like if you're buying a piece of property just to rent it out, there's still a mortgage on there. Obviously, it's
Yeah,
not mandatory. You could buy a building outright, but like everybody thinks that everybody that owns property is a bajillionaire. And even if they
yeah.
do have some assets, it's not liquid. There are people that are just barely getting by that happen to have some rental property of some sort. You don't have to be a millionaire to have rental property. Um,
A lot of people right now are just getting by.
Yeah. So, a
Oh,
lot of times, if you're just like an average person, by the way, just you made fun of me for this comment the other day, but if you're living the American dream and you are somebody that's getting by and you happen to, you know, instead of investing in a retirement stock portfolio, I'm going to buy a rental investment property. It could be an investment property just for an average middle income American. That rent is paying the mortgage. So
yeah,
the more you don't get to take a break from your fucking mortgage when people don't pay. So you can sue people for that, but like some average dirtbag renting an apartment or a house or whatever like that, they don't look. I'm not saying that only people that rent are broken whatnot, but for the most part, people that are renters, they're not sitting on a pile of money, so you can sue them as much as you want. You're not going to get shit. So,
yeah.
oh well,
Um,
you know that. Yeah, you literally know that better than I do. So, right? I mean, I'm sure there's very few success cases in uh, landlords chasing back rent, and it's expensive too because you got to hire a lawyer. People like to talk. I'm gonna hire a lawyer. Gonna hire. You got
I've
money?
I've to gone I've had to go to court
Mm,
a couple times because the person who is renting a room or renting an apartment or blah blah blah, whatever that I served them or posted the 7 day, 14 day, whatever pay rent notice or eviction thing.
mm.
They try to go to court. They try to fight it any way they can. And I have a picture and I have an affidavit and I have, whatever evidence I need saying, yep, this day, this time, blah blah blah, and it's like a slam dunk case every time. I'm out of there in 10 minutes.
Yeah. So
You
that's
know,
a rare thing for you to have to do, or I've never
doesn't
thought
happen
about
often.
your aspect of the job. So
I used to go to court once a month. I'd say in California. I haven't had to go to court here yet.
okay,
I think that's more the red state politics.
yeah, um, yeah. Oh my, it's amazing how like, we're getting political here, of course, but like, my God, it feels like everything is split. Like just anything where you can disagree with on people on will be either left or right. It's it's amazing. So like the court system, if your judge is liberal or Republican, it's going to be opposite judgments. You know, I mean, not on everything, obviously, but some
Yeah,
scumbag owing rent or something to somebody, a liberal
everyone,
judge is going to say like, well, he doesn't have the money and you own property, so go fuck yourself. You know?
every everyone's opinion. Like people how to interject their opinion and everything.
Mhm.
It's all biased now.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone.
Yeah. Oh
Well,
man, everything's going to shit.
oh
Um,
yeah, dude. There was a actually I saw a article or a video of a judge or someone in someone up there who was like an attorney general or something.
mhm.
I forget who, but he's saying democracy is probably going to die in 10 years.
There are a lot of things in our system that don't really work for a population of 4.6 billion people.
No.
Um, there's what 330 million Americans plus illegals. Um, there are a lot of like I'm a very conservative person, and I will admit that some conservative policies just don't work in today's world. Um, the employer employee relationship, it's not a thing anymore because you don't know each other. You work for a nameless corporation, and you are just a drone that he hired. There's no, I mean, this is like a small part of it, but there's nothing there anymore. Your employer is not worried about how the employee is able to live, especially when
No.
the government steps in and makes sure to subsidize it. I'm sorry, McDonald's would have to pay a living wage if their employees would be starving on the street without government intervention. Uh,
Yeah. Well,
that's why I
this,
don't
this
care about all. Like when people complain that they can't pay to live in a major city. First of all, I hate major cities, so fuck that. But it's like, look, if McDonald's doesn't pay enough for its workers to live in San Francisco, then something will have to change. You don't need government interference. The system will work itself out. Like it's okay. Do they have to pay $40 an hour to work McDonald's in San Francisco? Do they have to pay you extra to drive in from an hour away where you can actually afford to live? I don't know, but like if you're not making $500,000 a year, then don't live in San Francisco. I don't know. I mean,
it's very
I'm probably making some weird conclusions, but
no. I mean, it. See, like being a process server and serving a lot of debt collection papers
mhm.
as I do, like I know that the system, the government, I know that the deck is stacked against them.
Mhm.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
The government has their hand in everything. You know, government has their hand in corporations, big pharma, you know, medication, how that plays a fact,
do
all
you
these
remember
things,
when we grew up, people would tell you don't trust everything you see on TV, and not as popular as saying, but like, who would trust big pharma? Like,
Yeah.
everybody was like, we all knew that the big pharma companies were basically the enemy, other than the fact
Yeah.
that they made life-saving drugs, but for profit, so it evened out. We basically considered them evil until the day that or well, until what, like the vaccines came out.
With
Vaccines, by
COVID,
the way, they're not
like
actually
that.
vaccines. We have to call them vaccines now. They had to change the definition of vaccines for when this thing that kind of helped against COVID came out. But
Well, it was the whole COVID
probably just
situation that
lost
like,
my monetization.
that I'm awake now. Fuck the right, fuck the left. That's where I'm at. Fuck,
Yeah.
fuck them both
Oh yeah.
because the right is oppressive and all of their policies are religion based. And I'm sorry, like
I think that's a little dated outlook. I've not seen
it is.
there are a few
Okay,
Republicans that will reference
okay, I'll say this. I'll say
Christianity.
this. Um,
I think you're thinking of the religious right from the 80s and 90s.
Now it's still there, but the thing is that they don't really care about it. They just
Well,
care that their voters
they
care
are
about it.
religious people, but they don't try to shove it down their throats nearly as much as, you
No,
know,
but
left
they make
causes.
laws, they make certain things because they know that their voters care about it. They
Yeah.
don't actually care about it.
Oh yeah.
They just they just care that it keeps them in power
Right.
and makes some money.
Oh yeah, dude. These leftist politicians, they know that their ideas are crazy. Like they cannot work. My favorite thing is talking about increasing minimum wage. You can sit somebody down, explain to them like, okay, so let's just think about this for 1 second. If you increase minimum wage, then the cost of living goes up, and then the cost of everything just goes up because either it has to and or it will, and then you have the same exact buying power 6 months later, except you've diminished the buying power of the middle class, and then it doesn't work. And they'll be like, yes, that's right. That makes a lot of sense. And 5 minutes later, we need a more higher minimum wage. It's just in one ear and out the other. They don't fucking listen.
That is exactly my point
Yeah,
with like waking me up is that the government, right,
they're
left,
aware of these things. Yeah.
they drain the middle class.
Mm. Yep.
They they have drawn this out so long. They and there's a reason why the Fed rate is up to like 7.75 right now, guys. They have been they have been doing nothing but profiting.
They didn't need
Nothing.
80,000 new IRS agents to audit the top 1%.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming
So
after you and me.
yeah. So like as I was saying earlier, like you know, like I kind of feel bad, about serving all these debt collection papers, but at
If
the
you don't
same
do it, somebody
time,
else is gonna.
well, that too, but like at the same time, you know, me knowing everything that I know now, they can know the same shit,
Mm.
but they made their choices and they can't see the light, so it's kind of on them,
You know,
to be
I, I
honest.
I told you the other night. I probably mentioned this on the. I defaulted on credit cards a few years ago, and college loans too. When I stopped truck driving the first time, involuntarily, I had no chance of paying off my credit cards or my college loans, so it just didn't. And now this student loan thing. Look, I'm not exactly in favor of the student loan debt payoff, but also and look, man, I've probably been on the same train of like, man, these kids, they signed up for it, they agreed. These stupid kids going to take their lesbian dance theory classes and stuff. And then also, I remember the fact that I was a dipshit when I was 18. And I think it's only getting worse. 18-year-olds are not adults, dude. In fact, some of them
Do
are
you
doing that at 17.
do you know
18-year-olds
why?
barely know how to wipe their ass, man. So,
Yeah. Well,
see,
it's the school system, it's parents.
yeah, you spend 12
It is
years telling a kid that, like, you need to get ready for college. By the way, if you don't go to college, you're going to be cleaning up puke with sawdust. Like, I don't think anybody says that anymore, but you can flip burgers or you can go to college. So when they sit you down as an 18-year-old who literally knows nothing, oh my god, dude, these kids, they're convinced that they're worldly and they know things. They're fucking dipshits. And you
my,
put a
my
piece of
wife
paper. What? Hmm?
my wife's a teacher
Oh yeah.
And I hear just a bunch of stories, and the school system that we have right now
Mhm.
is literally in place to have our youth be dimwits.
Oh
It
yeah.
is.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
believe it.
that is a government thing. It is.
Mhm. You know, it's funny. They take everything. The Department of Education. That's a little bit of a side topic. Whenever they talk about like federal funding for schools, or oh, they want to do this, the Department of Education, dude, it's barely older than you and I are, and it didn't make anything better.
Yeah,
Yeah, federalizing education was a bad move. Um,
it
but
was.
but anyway, you spend most of a kid's 18 years telling them he literally has to go to college, or he can flip burgers, and then you put him in front at a desk, and you tell them, and they don't know what money is either. Almost literally, they don't know the value of a dollar. So
Also
you
because
say, here, we'll let you go to school for $1 bajillion, and you don't
yeah,
have to pay that back till you're 30, which is, you know, a bajillion years for you. So
well, the parents
yeah,
probably most. Well, I don't know about most of them, but like the ones that are going to, let's say the lower income public schools,
mm,
you know,
yeah,
they don't even know how to deal with money either.
oh yeah. Oh my god, that's the. I mean, you want to talk about problems in education, dude? If your kid's 10 years old and can't read, that's mom and dad's fault. Doesn't matter what's going on at school. Mom and dad's fault
Oh,
if that kid can't read.
everything starts with mom and dad.
Yeah.
Like how the person is going to be, what they see. Like everything starts with mom and dad. And if mom and dad can be controlled by something, then mom and dad is just going to create another the same whatever they are.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. But yeah, my sister's a public school teacher as well, and she's getting tired of it, and she's looking at private sector options.
yeah,
um, but it's funny. If my brother-in-law was mentioning how like it's not fair, they don't pay teachers enough, and they're not giving them a raise, and I thought about it. I'm like, there are a lot of jobs that you can do with just like any college degree. My cousin got like a political science degree before he found out that it was worthless, but he works for a bank now. He's doing okay. Um, so my sister has plenty of options with all of her education. But as far as like being a teacher, there are a handful of private schools, but like, why would you worry about like keeping teachers? Like, they're not. What are they gonna do? They gonna leave? Go work at another public school where you control their paycheck? You kind of have them by the balls. So that's why nobody cares. But
well,
then again, dude, do you know the requirements for being a? I got to imagine California was probably like New York, where there's high qualifications to be a teacher.
there is.
Florida,
California is one of the most highest scrutinized to like become a teacher, and it's
yeah,
stupid because everyone
you
needs
got to spend
teachers.
6 figures to go make 30. Yeah, it's a little bit better than that, but not by much. But yeah, Florida, I think you need like an associate. You need to have like been on a college campus once or twice, and then do a couple weeks of student teaching. Although I'll tell you, my sister was at some of the, I think they call them like tier 3 or tier 1, whatever the shitty schools are, and uh, she needed a prison guard license, not a teaching degree. Um, dude, I remember once they gave her a girl. She came from like some South American like rainforest country or something like that. She didn't speak
Hmm.
English. She didn't even speak Spanish. I was like, what are you gonna do? Give her a Christopher Columbus coloring book? She does history, and she's like, I'm thinking about it. Like, the girl just sits in class. I think after a year they finally found a translator for her or something, but it's like they will literally
It's
just
because
stick that kid in the classroom to collect the tax revenue for having her there. Yeah,
that's it. They just want the kid in the classroom to collect revenue. That's it.
yeah. But oh man. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna jump back to DQT for a second, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, if we
Sure.
can talk about Dragon Quest Tact for just a fucking minute, where you got all crazy about politics. Um, looking around here, you know what I realize is like their summer event is starting. They started that on August 19th, and ours is going to start on November 16th. So that's only 3 days like on the calendar month. So you can really like if you scroll back through the Twitter, and that's only 3 months now. Like I used to have to take like 5 minutes scrolling back. It's really not, as much anymore. You look at something on the JP Twitter. So
Is it like right around 3 months now?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it's almost exactly 3 months. Like if you're looking at a calendar, we're like three days off. So I think it's fair to
Okay.
call it exactly 3 months. So this dude hits the Chocobo hits on October 7th for JP. We can expect that first or second week of January, and
Yeah.
unless they're even keeping the same days right now, so this is not guaranteed. But none of our assumptions are. But it's a pretty safe bet that yeah, early January, that's when we get this. So I mean, we can get it down to the week with very little. I mean, they don't add in content for us.
What would you rather have in terms of would you rather be 3 months behind or would you rather be 1 to 1? And here's why I say this is because
Mm.
I think part of the reason why that we're treated shitty and it's the whole East Coast West Coast bias thing. It's more of a JP versus West,
Mm-hmm.
America kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's because we are 3 months behind. They know that we can see things coming,
Yeah.
and everything, and they just don't care. But if we were 1 to 1, they'd probably have to give us everything.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that 3 months is close enough. Yeah, that's what I said. Like, I thought that we would get a month behind. So I honestly agree. I can agree with 3 months. The only thing is that our seasons are going to be way off. So holidays and
Yeah.
seasons are going to be off. But anybody that's been playing this game for at least 6 months or more, you've got like you're an idiot if you haven't figured out that we are second priority. We're copy paste, bare minimum effort. So nobody is going to shit talk. Getting Christmas in March and things like that. Like we want that, and it's better than it's better than waiting 6 months to get the Halloween unit in spring. Or sorry,
I,
6 months to get the Halloween unit on Halloween
yeah.
than when it's
I
going to
just
be
would
useless.
do things differently. Like, can we get the reminiscent stuff a little faster?
Mhm.
Can we get some of the blossoms a little it doesn't have to be a lot. It
Mhm.
doesn't.
Well, they've given us
Just
the quality of life stuff earlier a couple of times. Less quality of life and more of features. Like we've gotten all of the rank stuff early, I believe, and the Blossom Doors hit like a month early. It never feels like a favor though. Well, the Blossom Doors were exciting, but
ranks
the ranks are a
rank
headache.
I remember rank 6 was like super rushed.
Yeah, and it hit the same day Arena did too. It was like a
Hmm.
massive fuck you. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, we
I
don't know what
was
Arena is.
rank 7 was fine. They rank 7 I felt prepared for. Rank 8
Rank 8,
it
they didn't
didn't
give us any material. Japan
yeah,
had a
rank
campaign.
8, I kind of felt kind of prepared, but like not really. I felt like another month would have been good.
Yeah, they gave us like 10 crystals, which was nicer. Maybe more than that, I think. But
Well, I
Japan
think
had a campaign around it, and we got
yeah,
fuck all.
yeah,
So,
the drop rate on those crystals definitely needs to be doubled, by the way.
yeah.
'Cause I mean, we have a shit ton of 8 units,
Yes,
right?
exactly. And you're like me. You're trying to get your box up, right?
Yeah, mastery level. Like,
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I want to, I can't even get all, I'm still working on just max ranking the A's that have a battle road at least, so I can get those up and then,
I
A's
mean,
level slowly enough that it's
spend,
not too bad, but
I could probably spend 200k gold right now if I wanted to and
yeah.
finish my battle roads.
Yeah. But I meant to say in the beginning of the video when you were talking about gold. So you said you're sitting on like 700 right now.
No, 360.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's what I was gonna say is like you can back up whenever people tell me like I'm actually not worried about like when the gold shop came with the gold event, the actual
Yeah,
shop where you can spend gold. I'm like, yeah, there's a couple of things to get out of there, but don't go buying that shop out because you're sitting on 1 million gold. Um, you
like
can
Kage.
yeah. I can't wait to hear him regretting that, but he seems to have gotten used to just I don't know if he ranks up his box. He doesn't re-roll his weapons much, so
Um,
um but Yeah, dude, you can spend 1,000,000 gold in 20 minutes and not wasting it either. Like doing really important shit. Um,
Yeah. I think mastery level is one of the best things in the game.
yeah. What
Like
I
for question mark units, like 1% wisdom, 1% attack, 1% HP.
That's more
I
than
mean,
most games do to make lower rank units useful or worth
yeah.
using. I like that. I do wish
I
that we
mean,
would get more. Do you remember when Seraphy came out? There were quests that were there were zero stamina things like battle roads, and they had a
mhm,
very limited pool of units. Now, like,
yeah.
I want more things like that that reward you for having a diverse box. Like, I like the
And
stages that are like you can use these 10 units. Figure it out.
happened to getting the spotlight unit and then getting the mission for the orb to get that unit to level 9? Because they did it once and it was Baraptos.
Oh,
And everyone's like,
Barbados, yes. Oh my God, that's
yeah.
the only, and that's a good thing to do too. Like it makes you want to get the new unit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Did
here's an idea, Square Enix. Here's an idea. If you're watching this, Malcolm, if you want us to spend money, give us good reasons
yeah.
to spend money. Make it value. We'll spend it. Trust me, we'll spend it. But you don't give us good, like that orb. That is a very good reason.
Yeah.
Give us gem sales. That is a very good reason. Value banners. Very good reason. Like,
They're literally entirely focused on taking whales for as much as they possibly can.
oh
Um,
yeah,
and like I don't know what the numbers look like because I mean there are a lot of people that are really really addicted to gotcha. So they will spend, and they just look at it as losing less from their whales. But I got to imagine they'd
yeah,
have more dolphins if this game weren't so predatory, and if the gems actually had some value. I mean, it costs $80 for me to buy almost four more multis. It's a lot.
yeah. That's a
Also,
lot.
I would argue I don't even think they should have an $80 pack. I know the whales would like blow their stack. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I would have to buy twice as many packs, dude. Knowing that I have to spend $80 to get the most value is a turnoff. People would buy more if the top pack were 45 or $50. That's what I'm used to in other
Yeah.
games. So like that's a big. And now it's like when I have to spend $80 or I have to like get less value for my money. That just turns me off completely.
I remember I played Genshin for about 2 or 3 months,
Mm.
and a 10 pool was only 1,600, and their biggest pack, you know, you just get a lot more bang for your buck,
Yeah.
and you get more pulls for your buck,
Hmm.
and you get way more currency to pull in the game, and their pity system gives you more because the only pity system that we have is the A ticket and the S ticket,
Hmm.
or pick up materials or whatever.
Yeah.
So when I look at a game like Genshin, even though it was combat was boring as fuck, even though I did like the game,
Hmm.
but I saw it very early on that this game wasn't gonna like go anywhere in terms of end game. Like the combat was fun and everything,
Hmm.
but I knew like, dude, they're doing banners all the time or whatever. Like I can't do this, so I got
Yeah.
out of that quick. Like
I'm,
I was just like, no, like
I'm
a couple hundred
hoping.
bucks.
Yeah, I'm hoping DQT starts to feel better now that I. We should only be seeing like two banners a month, maybe three. I think they'll be like 10 days apart, 10, 14 days apart. That'll be better.
Well,
So we're
we
going to
need
get
to
less
we
gems.
should do
Hmm?
honestly is like the spotlight units like or like sorrow like knock like the real the big bad boys
Hmm.
between like a King Godwin or extreme killing machine.
Hmm.
Should think about using less gems for those pulls maybe.
Yeah. Well, something just hit me last night, now that I'm thinking about like, well, I'm not spending, but now I've decided to make what is definitely going to be a mistake in chasing Zenlon. Um, we're actually So we're going to get more gems per event with the extra time because a lot of our gems are passive through login bonuses and whatnot. But we're actually going to accrue gems slower now because we're
Yeah,
not
we
getting
are.
more stages.
Yeah, crunch.
Yeah, the crunch is over. We're gonna. Um,
Well,
People have been saying
that
that they think that we get like 10 to 15,000 gems a month. I know I've never checked, but like I've parroted that. Our gems per month are gonna go down.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe not a crazy amount, but it's gonna go down.
I've been saying it for a while because something Genshin did really well is you played the game, you got currency to pull,
Yeah.
and like obviously you could spend and everything. There's not a whole lot you can do in QT daily to get gems.
Oh yeah. No, it just trickles. It's a very very small trickle, and I've pointed this out a few times. Even people think that like the you get a lot of gems from the stages and stuff. I'm like, a new part of an event drops, you're gonna get 2 maybe 3,000 gems, and do people think that's a lot? They're like, that's so many. What are you talking about? I'm like, it's almost one multi. It's not a lot. Dude, a
I
new
feel
event
like
drops and you get to do one multi.
yeah, I feel like you should be able to do 3 or 4 multis.
Exactly. I don't think that's too much because the rate is low enough in this game. Like you got to be able to go to pity. You know.
Yeah.
Um. You know.
I mean,
Uh,
when you think about going to pity, it's 45,000 gems.
yeah.
Like, I can't even think of a free to play player.
No.
Like,
And
like
that's most
they would
players.
be saving for months.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they're probably not going to change the system or anything like that because they're afraid of getting less from their whales, and the whales are really I don't know if I'd call it, I want to say dumb, but like they've got the money so they don't care. But um, they don't care if they have to go to that 90,000 stamp like 5 times to max awaken their unit. I say, well, I checked a couple of people on the top 10 the other day. I was looking to see how many people had Awakening Plus on Erdrick after RTA came out. To beat your opponent out by 1 agility point, since
What
everybody's stacking agility.
was there?
No, not in the. I checked like 3 or 4 people. RT. Even if I'm
Yeah.
like, if Artia isn't doing Awaken +1 on Erdrick, then I guess it's not as bad as I thought. I guess even whales are like, dude.
I heard there was a JP dude that got him to 30 plus. It
I
was
don't
being
bel
talked about.
I don't
Kage's.
believe that, but like, I'm
I
I'm
believe
on the fence
for a
believing that.
JP. No,
That's
I
so.
believe for a JP. Those dudes are crazy.
I know that's crazy. That's so much money, dude. That's a lot of time. So much
Yeah,
time to
like
do that.
click, like
Yeah, like that's a maniac. I mean, my God, 30. This is not like the most complicated math. I mean, like you
it's
know,
36 in
let's
total.
say that like every copy costs you $300, so times 30. I mean, I get okay. So that's like $9,000. I mean, I guess that's I don't know.
That's
I mean,
a
as far
car.
as crazy, like I don't know, it's their YouTubers also do a lot better. Some of their YouTubers actually make profit playing the game. I'm sure because they actually get viewers.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I'm sure Square Enix also gives them
I,
like
I don't know
sponsors or
how that
something.
works. Yeah, because I mean they've never worked with me or Plaid or
Do
anybody.
creator gems?
What's that?
Because I know some games though, like creator, whatever the name of the currency is. I know Genshin does that.
Oh no, you think that I've never had anything, dude.
No, I mean
Malcolm
for
doesn't talk to me more than anybody else or anything. Yeah.
for JP, like JP dudes get like creator gems.
Wouldn't surprise me, I guess. Yeah, I mean they definitely care about that audience way more. Um, dude, I wish I could watch content on the game. I like watching content when I grind. So, like, I wish I could watch videos about this game. I have to watch my own videos. Fuck, and they're not good. Um, so
I used to watch Platts videos all the time.
yeah. What I like to, I used to talk about this a lot. I don't live stream as much because it's just I don't do gem refreshes, so it's like, all right, I did my dailies and I spent like 120 stam. Bye. Um, but
We need to get more stam.
yeah, you know, Dokkan. I know nobody likes when I talk about Dokkan. I'm not used to stamina mattering. Like, um, yeah, it's so over the top in this game, but um,
Because stamina equals awakenings and gold
yeah, dude,
and mats.
people think I'm going overboard when I say this. Like, every aspect of this game is predatory. Everything makes you want to spend. They make the content hard enough that you want to spend. You never have enough gold, so you want to spend. You never have enough stamina, so you want to spend. The drop rate is too low, so you want to spend. Everything is like just spend more money. Um,
Yeah, 3% drop rates for a B unit. Like what?
yeah, no, it's fucking stupid. Um, but like I said, everybody playing at this rate at this time. We're all just addicted, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
They don't care.
I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna
Yeah,
get to bed soon.
yeah, I'm about
But
there myself. We're 2 hours in, so it has been fun though, bud.
yeah, it has been. And if there are people watching,
There's a couple.
I don't know who else is watching right now, but I'm gonna start streaming myself soon. DQT and a couple other things. Tactics Ogre Reborn is coming out on the 10th.
So
I'm
what you're
definitely
saying
gonna
is
be.
we're enemies now because you're fucking competition. So you can get the fuck out of here. You're gone. You're gone. You're done. Bye.
Oh no, I'm gone.
No. Okay. Awesome. So yeah. Well, everybody here is in my Discord, I'm sure. So make sure you just when you plan to start streaming, like anytime, or you already have a channel, so just make sure you
Yeah, I have
post
a
your
channel. I
channel in
think
my Discord again. Hmm?
what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play DQ3 up until November 10th. I'm
Hmm.
just gonna see how far I can get with that. I think I'm gonna do a solo run.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Oh, that's right. You were in the chat. You're like the biggest nerd ever for DQ3, apparently.
I am the biggest nerd for DQ3. I
Yeah,
am.
talking about solo hero runs and stuff like that. And I'm like, wow, this dude needs like I'd say a hobby, but like a different hobby that isn't as
No,
userific.
gaming is my hobby. It is my bliss.
Sounds more like an addiction, but whatever. I'm teasing. We're all addicts here. I can't. I couldn't not pull for Zenlon, so I don't even practice what I preach. So,
It won't be a mistake. Like my gray gnarl has not been a mistake.
well, I'm not gonna, dude. I'm not gonna earn 45,000 gems by December 21st without paying. So
Yeah. Well, you said you're in between jobs. You're gonna start. You're starting it up soon, right?
I'm like I've been giving myself till Halloween. So yeah, I gotta find a job. I just haven't looked. I've just been basically as soon as I go back to work, my life is over. So
Well, you got till the 21st, so maybe hopefully you get at least
you know how
one through.
I've thought about
One.
this. It's sad that it's like, well, if I go back to work, I can get Zenlon. So we have a fucking problem, man. You're gonna go. You better go serve people tomorrow so that you can get another dupe on them.
I've already gotten like 20 more jobs, so yeah, I'll be
Okay,
good.
good. You got to keep the gotcha on the table.
Yep, I got two big clients too now, so
Oh,
they
okay.
just said, and I got my own servers, so that's what I'm planning on doing is just growing the business so I can work less.
Yeah. Hey, that's the goal. But all right, I'm gonna let you go. So, well, I'm gonna end the stream. So, say good night.
Everyone for hanging out with us. It
Yeah,
was fun, Chase.
yeah. We're real. Not too bad. We had like 10 people in here. So, all right.